she's a human. She's loved, she's missed, and we need her.
Do you believe she's in the area?
Oh, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Wherever she is, we want her home safely. Bottom line, that's it.
Carmen, are there any updates on like her phone, her cell phone, or anything like that?
No, the phone has still not been turned back on since the day she went missing.
This is Lanham, Maryland, a suburban stretch outside Washington, D.C., where life moves in familiar rhythms and families pass stories from one generation to the next. It is here that Dacara Thompson grew up, a 19-year-old whose life, ambitions, and family formed the center of a small, tightly knit world. Dacara was the youngest of 5 children. Her parents, Carmen and Daniel Thompson, raised their family in Prince George's County. According to relatives and local reporting, she lived with her father in Lanham and was known at home for being warm, affectionate, and full of plans. Her mother publicly described the family's anguish as they searched and waited. She had just finished high school and was described by teachers and neighbors as respectful, hardworking, and community-minded. Dacara volunteered locally and had spoken about future possibilities, from continuing her education to exploring opportunities that would let her serve others. Friends remember her late-night laughs, her love of music, and how she could light up a room with a simple smile. These human details are what remained after the headlines. An ordinary life with ordinary dreams. On the night of August 23rd, 2025, surveillance footage captured her final known moments. Cameras at a gas station recorded Dacara walking across the lot, approaching a black SUV, speaking briefly to the driver, and stepping into the passenger seat.
Security footage showed Dacara leaving her white SUV while walking from Jasmine Terrace down Riggs Road toward University Boulevard in Hyattsville. The surveillance footage showed her walking into the parking lot of a business on University Boulevard, approach the driver's side of a black GMC Yukon Denali, and appear to speak to the driver, Hugo Hernandez-Mendez, before walking around to the passenger side and getting in the passenger front seat. Then Dacara was officially reported missing by her dad just before 9 p.m. on August 23rd. He told police the last time he saw her was the night before, August 22nd, when she said she was stepping out to grab gas and would be right back, but she never made it back home. Naturally, the family panicked, and her dad said he even tried calling her shortly after she left, but she didn't pick up. By the next day, August 24th, the worry had turned into action, and her relatives used the family's Find My Phone app to try and locate her.
For investigators, those images became the critical lead, the first visual thread of a case that would soon expand to involve multiple agencies. When she didn't return home, her family's worry deepened quickly. The next day, her 2013 Ford Edge was found abandoned in Hyattsville, a discovery that shifted the search from hope to urgent investigation. Flyers, social posts, and neighborhood searches followed as police pieced together her last known movements. Days later, on August 31st, a body was found in a grassy area off Route 50 in Anne Arundel County. Authorities later identified the remains as Dacara Thompson. The medical examiner and investigators treated the death as a homicide. Her family's worst fears were confirmed, and the small community that had been searching for her now shifted into mourning. Investigators traced the black SUV to a Bowie residence and to 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez-Mendez. Police executed a search of the home and say they recovered evidence they believe ties Dacara's death to that location. Hernandez-Mendez was arrested and charged with first and second-degree murder. He is being held without bond while prosecutors prepare next steps. Authorities have said they are still determining whether the two knew each other prior to that night. Reporting indicates investigators recovered forensic traces at the Bowie residence, including blood evidence and other material that police say links the scene to Dacara. An alleged Dacara was killed inside a bedroom at the home. Media coverage also notes items such as a fingernail and other physical traces that investigators describe as part of their case file. These are allegations reported by law enforcement and will be tested in court. For Carmen and Daniel Thompson and their children, the loss has been devastating. Vigils were held, community members rallied, and relatives have asked for privacy as they grieve. Neighbors recalled Dacara's bright spirit and her hopes. Public officials and local advocates also used the case to speak about the attention given to missing and murdered young black women. and about the immediate pain a family endures when a child does not return home. At the time of arrest, prosecutors charged Hernandez-Mendez and said they plan to present the evidence to a grand jury. Defense counsel has entered appearances, and the legal process will follow the usual path of discovery, hearings, and, if the case proceeds, trial. Investigators and medical examiners continue to prepare reports that will form the factual basis of prosecutorial filings. The family, meanwhile, faces the painful reality of waiting for a system to deliver answers it cannot speed up. It's important to remember that this is not simply a case file.
Prior to this unfortunate circumstance, she was working under Westmore's Maryland Year Service Corps option, whatever it's called, program. She had just completed a year-long internship in which she was very successful. She did a great job. She was a kind of an outgoing, soft-spoken, kind young lady. She was a free spirit. She was a good girl. She was a good kid. So there's been a lot of people disparaging her character on social media and things and such. Please don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear. Out of respect for the family and us grieving, please, approach everything with grace. We would appreciate that.
Dacara Thompson was a daughter, the baby of 5 children, with parents who loved her and a family now changed forever. She had plans. She had friends. She had a community that celebrated her small triumphs. When we tell this story, we must hold those personal truths in balance with the cold facts of investigation. The latter demand proof, the former demand memory. The life and time of Dacara Thompson, her laughter, her hopes, and the family she leaves behind, remains the center of this story. We tell it not only to seek justice, but to remember the person who lived it.